a job post-grad, like within the time frame of still being in school, is so unrealistic for most students. I know that that was very unrealistic for me. I still had that desire and that want, but I also had friends who were in post-grad at the time who still didn't have jobs. And I don't think that there should be any shame graduating with nothing. Like, graduating with a degree in itself is something to be so proud of. But if you are graduating without a job lined up, it can feel very isolating and lonely. But the thing is, that's most of us. It's hard to go on LinkedIn and see people announcing their roles that they've gotten and internships and all of that. But those internships they got through connections. Yes, they might have had a hard work or put a lot of hard work in it, but a lot of it is because of connections. And same with jobs. It's very difficult to get a job when you have zero connections in your area, in your field, you name it. You can make as many connections as you want, and you can post on LinkedIn that you're looking for a job, but at the end of the day, you're still competing with thousands of people, and it can be a very, 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 very challenging time. And I just want to say, I'm filming this, I've had one interview since graduating, and it's only been an informational interview, and I just had it, and I'm feeling very optimistic about it. The door could close, or the door could stay wide open. You never know. But coming into post-grad, I was like so scared because I knew how much that I had a significant amount of loans to pay off, and I had a situation where I had to withdraw from a summer class that my school gave me a free class for the summer because I transferred in, and I took that opportunity and I had to drop out of it. And this was the time that my parents were buying the beautiful house that I'm in, and I had to withdraw. And because I wasn't in school, I withdrew like a month after the class started, because it started like the day after spring semester ended. And it was a very cutthroat class. And by the time my parents were buying their house and like I was starting a new semester, it was kind of weird because I had like already applied for a loan, but then they were hounding my mom to pay off my loan because she was the co-signer. So that kind of gave me a wake-up call, and it made me think, oh, I only have 3 months to find a job, which 3 months is kind of scary. And with the job market, it's really intimidating. So I was like, I'm going to land an internship. Tried to land an internship. It wasn't working. I was really exhausted. Spring semesters have been really difficult for me. Statistically, they have been my worst semesters. I don't know if it's because I was in a very bad situation in the spring of my freshman year. I don't know if that changed. That was the trajectory of my in-person college experience, freshman year of in-person college, or if it was because it just has been challenging. Maybe it could be the winter blues and stuff like that. And so, yeah, it just has been challenging. So I knew that going in. So I tried to get those job applications out, those internship applications. And I did everything by the book. Like, I started looking for jobs 6 months before graduating. I looked for internships 6 months before. But the internship portal and world in market is just insane. They're hiring a year in advance, a year and a half in advance. I know someone who has a job lined up for August of 2025. They got that in August 2024, and they already graduated college in that span of time. So it's just like, it's really cutthroat, these bigger corporations and stuff. And I knew that I didn't want to work for like a super big corporation, but I didn't want to be jobless either. But it's just like, with social media today, it's so hard to not compare with other people. Like, it's so easy to compare. Like, I can look and see what Jimmy is doing and compare myself with Jimmy and all these people. Like, LinkedIn can be so helpful, but then it's like you see all of your classmates posting, oh, I got this internship. Like, I'm seeing all the like people who will be seniors next semester, rising seniors, like with their last summer ever, before going into the real world, and like they have really awesome opportunities lined up. It's okay if you don't have anything lined up. I would say if you're currently a senior and you're graduating in May, or you're graduating in December, I would say yes, start looking now. But if you don't get anything and you have family that you can lean on and that you can rely on, and you don't have that many debts, I would say calm down. You're gonna be it's gonna be fine. There's a lot of layoffs, and there are a lot of people competing for the same roles that you're competing for. If you have to, like, I knew going into this, if I had to, I could work part-time. Like, I could work a nine, like not a 9 to 5, but I could work a minimum wage job. First of all, I probably would, with my experience, I could potentially get paid like slightly above other people. I have 5 years of customer service. Not a lot of other people can say that post grad. I started working when I was slightly above 16. So I did have a blip of not working for a while in between that. And I didn't work for the first year and a half into my education, specifically my in-person education, but I did work the past 2 years part-time. I was able to make some money that I have since burned through, but that's okay. But like, it will just work out. You gotta trust Jesus. You gotta just trust that everything will work out. God has provided for my family time and time again, and he continues to provide for us. And he continues to provide for our friends and our families, and just in general, he just continues to provide. Like, I was born when my dad was in grad school, and we had to sometimes go to the food bank to even make it through, and God provided for us in many ways during that time, and he still provides for us to this day. So I just want to encourage you, it's very unrealistic to get a job. Honestly, if you get a job post-grad, you should consider yourself very privileged. And we all have connections that we should be tapping into. And lastly, just trust the process. Trust.